Hello, good morning. Welcome to Business. My name is Darryl Kwao. Importers and traders may be forced to increase the cost of their goods if government goes ahead today to switch off the Ghana Community Network Limited and West Blue systems at Aplao and Alubo borders. The likely disruptions and delays at the ports of entry will lead to demurrage and rent increase charges by shipping lines, which will be holding containers. Senior Minister Yao Safumafo last week directed all freight forwarders, clearing agents and other stakeholders to use a new customs management system by UNIPASS to clear all goods from the 1st of March. The freight forwarders say the downtimes will increase the cost of doing business. Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Customs at the Ghana Revenue Authority, Colonel Retired Kojo Damwa, has disclosed that the takeover of the port management system by UNIPASS from GCNet and West Blue will give stakeholders one platform to transact business. He disagrees with stakeholders who hold the view that the UNIPASS system is inefficient since they have not been able to pilot it since the contract was signed by the Trade Ministry.
I've visited all the places that our operational teams have visited, and they were confirmed. I met with freight forwarders at Gunukrom in the Bono region, at Aplao, at Elubo, in Takoradi, and in Accra and Tema. So for him to say that there hasn't been any form of engagement whatsoever, that may not be. What I know is that they had hoped, and I think that was correct, that they would have been engaged much earlier than we did. There were a lot of uncertainties in 2019. I believe that might have accounted for it, because at a point in time, we were made to believe that this process was going to start somewhere in January 2019, and then it was postponed to June or September. So that might have accounted for it. But if we had started the engagement with them much earlier, I'm sure things would have been much different and better. But it is not true that we have not engaged them at all.
So far, will you consider the UNIPASS to be more efficient now that it's being rolled out, okay, compared to the GCNet and Co?
The efficiency of the system, certainly, potentially, yes, potentially, because of the facility that it provides, that everything can be rolled onto just one platform without using different platforms, and it makes provision for all the things. Don't forget that the former or the existing service providers have been there. We've worked with them, so we've seen the challenges there, and all those challenges are being addressed here. So on the hand side, having access and having worked with the existing ones, we are better informed to make more suggestions to the incoming one. So if you look at it from that angle, then it appears that potentially the incoming one stands a better chance in terms of superiority of facilities and all that.
They also raised concern about costs. They said the new one, which is the UNIPASS, is quite expensive than the other one.
Now, certainly, if you put the cost of GCNet and the cost of West Blue together, and then you take the cost of UNIPASS, there's a slight difference.
Now, the whole of March, we are celebrating Ghana. We are not only celebrating our culture that makes us unique, but the people who make our nation proud. One such is Solomon Kwenu, who made history by becoming the first Ghanaian pilot to fly the world's biggest passenger aircraft, Airbus A380, from Dubai to Accra. It's been a little over a year since he attained that feat on Emirates, and Captain Kwenu has been speaking to Joy Business about that experience and what it means for a Ghanaian pilot to work with the Middle East's largest airline, Emirates.
A lot more goes on in the cockpit than you can imagine, thinking about all sort of scenarios, looking at alternates in case maybe a passenger is unwell, what do we do? And so we think about all these things. We look at the weather systems ahead and plan all the time, and making contingency plans and alternatives to make the flight very smooth and comfortable for the passengers.
What's been your most memorable flight?
It goes without saying, the Accra flight. Yeah, that is one that's.
How did you feel when you go to that?
At that time, it was, as I said, the professionalism, staying focused, make sure that we achieve the task ahead. And after landing and we vacated the runway, onto the taxiway, I gave control of the aircraft to my colleague, my first officer, and I couldn't hold back the tears. I was just crying. I was just crying. I was full of tears, seeing all the people waiting, waving, dancing, drumming, and shouting. It was just unbelievable.
What was it like being a Ghanaian working for Emirates? Can you tell us?
Emirates treats every nationality the same. If you are professional and do your job as they train us to do, you are the same as everybody else. And being a Ghanaian and working with Emirates among so many different cultures, it's an experience one cannot get easily, because you learn so many cultures at first hand. You know, every flight I do, sometimes I have about 20 nations, nationalities working with me, and you learn so many things, and it helps you improve yourself and become a better professional and a better person.
And there's more coming up after this break. George Addo Jr. will have all the sporting news.